morning everyone, and welcome to our Maldives trip. We got here yesterday afternoon, I think it was about 3 p.m. We have just woken up this morning. Unfortunately, we were up at like 5 a.m. just because of the time change. We had stayed in Singapore for about 4 days, so we had adjusted to that. There's a fly. So we had adjusted to that time, which is like a 12-hour time difference to Florida, and then we've come here and I think it's like a 2-hour time change, so we were slightly up earlier than we usually are, but that's fine. We got to see the sunset, which was really nice. Andrew is just out snorkeling. If I sound a little bit congested, that is because we did get a tiny little bit sick when we were in Singapore. Unfortunately, Andrew got the worst of it. I just had like a day of not feeling great, and now I just kind of sound a little bit congested, but I feel totally fine. Andrew did not have a fun flight yesterday with all the sinus pressure, but hopefully we start to feel a little bit better today. I know he woke up feeling a bit better, so that's good. I want to show you around the villa. I did do a few shots yesterday, which I probably have already inserted, but I will kind of just walk around the villa later on once we clean it up. Behind me is the little net that they put around your bed when you're sleeping. That way, if there's any bugs that have gotten into the villa, they don't come into your bed when you're sleeping, which is really nice. However, I do have PTSD of having one of these as a kid. I remember having one around my bed and waking up and a giant spider being on it. So I told Andrew he has to wake up and open his eyes before I knew, to make sure there's no spiders. But we are gonna head to the gym for a little bit just because we feel like that might make us feel a little bit better. Then we have breakfast, and then after that we have massages booked. So I actually pre-booked a couple massages for us to do this morning. So we do have a 60-minute massage, and then we have a 30-minute head massage, and then a 30-minute facial. So that'll be really nice. And then after that we are just relaxing for the day. So I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later and kind of show you around and show you the resort. It is amazing. We don't want to leave. We've only been here for like 24 hours, not even, and we don't want to leave. It's amazing. I don't know how we're gonna vacation anywhere else after coming here, but I'll definitely bring you guys along and show you everything. Guys, it's the same day, it's just a little bit later. I'm just getting ready to head out to cocktails and dinner, but I just wanted to check in. We, as I said, did massages earlier today, and it was so nice. We had such a nice first day. The massages were like unreal. I've never had a massage like this before. We thought we were gonna have your typical massage in your typical massage room. We weren't really sure if we were gonna be together or separate. We booked the exact same things, but they weren't necessarily couple massages, so we weren't sure if we would be together. But when we went to go check in to the spa, they bring you around the back, and you're actually walking through the rainforest, and then they have about 9 different like spa areas for massages, and they are just little huts in the rainforest overlooking the ocean with the ocean sounds and everything that's happening, all the insects in the background. It literally felt like we were in a movie, like those movies when they're having a massage like in the open area, literally like naked under a towel having a massage. But it was amazing. I've never had anything like that before. So we did a 60-minute massage, and then we had a 30-minute head massage and a 30-minute facial as well. So it's about 2 hours, and it was amazing. A great way to start the trip. It was like a detox It was a detox massage. It's also for energy, so we feel way better, more energized today than we have the last few days. So we did that, and then we kind of just relaxed around. We went and got ice cream. They have an ice cream shop that's pretty much open all day, so you can come and go and get as much ice cream as you want. So we went over there, And then we kind of just chilled. We checked out the pool area. We went to the gym this morning. I don't know if I mentioned that. We went to the pool area, and then Andrew spontaneously decided to do his first dive today. So before we came on this trip, Andrew had taken scuba diving lessons or certification, whatever you need to get to be able to scuba dive. That way when he came out here, he didn't have to do that here. The resort here does do scuba dive certification, but we thought if he can get it in Florida, then when we come here, he can just take that time and just do dives versus learning. So he did his first dive today at 3 o'clock. So while he did that, I came home and got ready for the day. I washed my hair because I had a bunch of coconut oil in it from when they did the head massage, and then I blow dried it, and I went outside and realized the bangs are not gonna work on this trip. So I've just put it in a quick French braid and kind of just tucked it under and pinned it. This was like my go-to haircut or my hairstyle when I had really, really short hair. I'm actually surprised I can tuck it under as much as I can now. I feel like I'm gonna have little bits of hair kind of sticking out, but that's fine. I have my little star earrings that I know I shared in a previous vlog, and then I just did a light bit of makeup, and I've just thrown on a white dress because we are going to the management cocktail reception. So every week as new guests arrive, the management kind of throws together a little like cocktail party, and the drinks are free, which is always a nice little perk. But I guess it's just welcoming everyone to the resort. There'll be a bunch of people here who actually were with us when we checked in yesterday, or maybe they've arrived a few days earlier, and they asked that everyone wear this sarong. So I guess the idea is that the women wear the red ones and the men wear the black ones. Andrew actually has his outside. I guess it doesn't matter what color you wear, but that's just kind of the idea. And you basically wear the sarong around the skirt as a skirt, and it says on this paper that it's just like a Maldivian tradition. So we will be heading to the cocktail reception in a little bit, and then we're gonna head to dinner. We're gonna try to stay up a little bit later than we stayed up yesterday. We went to bed, oh my gosh, it must have been like 8:30. So we went to dinner. We were like the first ones at dinner, and then we came back, and the amount of stars that you can see here because there's no light pollution are just insane. I'll put in a few photos here that I got yesterday, but we just sat outside and looked at all the stars, or stargazing as you say, and took a few photos, and then we literally crashed in bed at like 8:30. We actually had our GEM, which is our guest experience manager, which essentially is like a butler without using the word butler, but they basically are just in charge of making sure that all your activities are scheduled, that you're where you need to be. If you have any questions, they're just kind of like your 24/7 customer service agent, I guess you could call it, but they are called GEMs. She called Andrew literally right as we were falling asleep to tell us that there was turtles that were hatching because they have a bunch of nestlings here along the beach. But we were so tired, we were already in our pajamas, so we decided to not go. But today we got a text message saying that the same thing is happening, so fingers crossed it'll happen maybe while we're over at the cocktail reception or at dinner, so we can check that out. But we did pass out really early yesterday, so we're trying to stay up a little bit later today. Apparently there's like a happy hour, half off drinks thing between 10 and 11 o'clock at night. I think they do it at 2 to 3, 2 to 5, and then 10 to 11 I think every day. So we will see if we can stay up that late, but we'll head to dinner after the cocktail reception and kind of just hang out for a little bit. Maybe we'll go hang out by the pool if it's still open. But yeah, we're just relaxing. This is such a beautiful resort. I want to show you around, but I've already made a mess of their room today since they cleaned it up. I'll show you around later today when they clean it up, or maybe in the morning after breakfast, just so it's spruced up a little bit and our stuff isn't everywhere. But it is beautiful. We've never been to anywhere like this before. I don't know how we're gonna be able to travel anywhere ever again that's just not up to this scale. It's beautiful. We already are sad that we're gonna be leaving on Monday, but we have a ton of things planned. We are gonna do like a sustainability tour, so they show us around and how they have sustainability, their kitchen garden and things like that. We are also doing snorkeling. We actually snorkeled earlier today right off of our dock, and there's like reef shark, there's stingray, there's a ton of fish. It's really, really cool. So you can kind of go out and snorkel whenever you like by yourself, and they also have guided tours. So we'll be doing a few of the guided tours as well, because there's some good spots around the island that they recommend for snorkeling. And we're also gonna try paddleboard yoga one morning, which I'm a little bit nervous about. I've seen people do that and it looks way harder balancing wise than normal yoga in the studio, but we will give it a shot. And then we're also going to do kayaking, I think, as well, which I'll be curious how that goes based on the current. We were snorkeling. It was really easy to go out, but it was really hard to come back to our villa, so I'll be curious how kayaking goes. Hopefully they have a 2-person kayak so Andrew can help me get back to land. And then we're also doing a private island. So we are doing a private island or a deserted island picnic. So they boat us to an island nearby with a picnic, and we're there for a few hours. So that'll be really fun. I'll just definitely bring you guys along for that. But I'm gonna go chill outside before we head to the cocktail reception, and I'll catch up with you guys either later tonight if the turtles hatch or maybe in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. Hopefully I don't look too white on the camera. I just put some sunscreen on my face. I keep waking up feeling really congested, and I think it's just with like the air blasting at nighttime. So usually throughout the day it clears up and I feel fine. But we have just gotten ready for the day. I'm just wearing a blue bathing suit that I picked up from Pretty Little Thing. We are gonna go into the little reef area out here outside of our villa because yesterday when we were heading to breakfast, we saw some reef shark and some stingray, so we want to kind of check out this morning and see if we can see anything while we're snorkeling, because I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Then after that, we're doing a chocolate presentation this morning, so I'm not really sure what that entails, if we're gonna be making chocolate or watching them make chocolate, if we get to take chocolate back with us, but I will find out when we head that way. And then after that, we are doing a guided snorkel. So down where you get breakfast, there is a big reef, and that's where they usually do the guided snorkel, so we'll be doing that today as well. And then we're kind of just relaxing, I think. I don't know if we have anything else going on today until later. Tonight we have a sunset dolphin cruise, so fingers crossed we see some dolphins, but if we don't, at least we see a really nice sunset and we get to do kind of an activity off of the island. And then tomorrow is our private island or deserted island picnic, so I'm excited for that. But I will bring you guys along with us today and kind of see what we get up to. I did do a time lapse earlier of the sun rising. I realized afterwards that it wasn't really focused, but I still think it was quite cool. I probably inserted that before I started talking here. But yeah, we're gonna jump in to the reef area and see what we can find. he's running on the sandbank like this.
Let's see your best impression. Go.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm just looking at my hair in the camera. I feel like it's falling apart. We did some snorkeling today. I put it into 2 French braids, seeing if that would help, because when I was putting it in just 1 French braid, by the time I got out from snorkeling, it was literally down to my shoulders, completely untangled and all in like a knot. But we are on our private island excursion. So this morning we headed out about like 10:30-ish, and I think it's about 20-30 minutes from our resort, but it is literally a private, like, deserted island. There was no one here but us. They literally drop us off with lunch, prosecco, water, towels, sunbeds, and then they leave, and they'll come pick us up later today. So we are getting picked up at about 4:30. It's about 2 o'clock now, almost 2 o'clock. We have just been chilling and reading. We had lunch. We kind of walked the island, which you probably would have seen. We did also do some snorkeling out in the reefs that are close by to the island, but the tide, or the current, is actually quite strong, so we didn't feel confident enough going out too far, so we've come back in and we're just sitting and reading our books. But it is really, really beautiful here. It's also kind of creepy a little bit because you keep hearing things in the I guess you would call like rainforest. You keep hearing things. We actually saw a bunny, which was weird. We were wondering how that bunny got here on a tiny little island in the middle of the ocean. And then there's 2 crows here. So there's 2 crows, and they said that when we are eating our lunch, we need to put the lunch back where we got it, which is in a big like cooler box, because if we leave it out, the crows will come and they will eat our leftovers, which is true. We left a few things on the table that actually isn't food, and we came back and they were all on the floor as if they were kind of picking at it to see if they could eat it. But it is really cool. I'll show you around. So right now I am over where the bathroom is. Yes, there's a toilet on this island. So you go in this little hut, and it is a legit toilet. I'll show you. It's a legit sink, toilet, toilet paper, the whole shebang. And then there's a little trail here that goes down to the ocean on this side. So this side is actually into the ocean, and then this side is in the ring of islands. So it's much more calmer on this side. And then this side is where you get all the waves. It's really, really beautiful. Really cool. And there is like a sandbank out here, so we went there just a little bit ago. You probably would have seen. We were recreating our Pirates of the Caribbean scene where he's running across the sandbank and they're chasing him. We try to recreate that. Not so good, but we attempted. And we are just hanging out over here. So this is the little picnic area. So this is where we had lunch. There's a little table and chairs over here, and then Andrew is actually over here right now reading his book on the sunbeds. And this is where the boat pulled up. So the boat literally pulled up over here on the beach. This is where we've been hanging out and doing snorkeling. But yeah, I'll show you guys around. So the resort gave us a cooler of water, sparkling water. We have some prosecco here that we've been drinking. There is the crow. You can kind of see sitting there on the trash can waiting for me to leave food out. This is what our food came in. So everything was packaged really nicely. We haven't finished eating it all, so there's some things in here we can eat. Some juices. And then this is a little picnic basket. And that's what had our silverware in it. There's some bread in there, some mosquito repellent, salt and pepper, just a few extra things. But yeah, it's so beautiful. I'm just being a little bit quiet because Andrew's reading. I'll head over and sit with him as well and finish my book. Good afternoon, everyone. We are back from the little private island activity that we did today. I've just finished getting ready to go to dinner. When we arrived back to the resort, our gem let us know that dinner has been moved up by an hour. So I have just finished getting ready while Andrew is out reading his book. He's just gonna come in and get dressed and then we are good to go. I put in these cute little shell earrings that I got from Anthropologie on either side. I need to put some bracelets on as well. I'm just gonna put these two simple bracelets on. But the outfit that I'm wearing, let me see if I can show you. It's not much in here for mirrors, but I'm wearing the two-piece set from Abercrombie, so it's the skirt and then the top as well. I have put a ton of lotion on because I'm so burnt in certain areas. The sun is so strong here. I'm constantly reapplying, but I happened to get burnt yesterday, so I was a little bit sore today when we were at the private island. But because of that, I did put lotion on, and then I also added a few drops of the Saint-Tropez serum. Hopefully that will make me look a little bit tanner and just kind of blend everything in, although I do still look a little bit red. I felt like I got off the boat when we came back to the resort just completely sunburned, and people were like, did you not put sunscreen on when you were there? But I did. It's just from yesterday in certain areas, especially on my feet, quite burnt. I guess just because of going in and out of the water and forgetting to reapply the sunscreen after it's been washed off, so I got a little bit burnt. And then when we are snorkeling as well, you don't realize when you're out there snorkeling that your back is gonna get burnt unless you're timing it right and going up and getting some more sunscreen. So it makes sense why people wear long sleeve shirts when they're out there. I feel like maybe I'll go get one of those from the store if I feel like I need it. But yeah, we are about to head out to dinner. We are going to the Zen restaurant, which is a Japanese restaurant. So yesterday we had teppanyaki, which is basically like hibachi. If you're from America, we have like Kobe Steakhouse, Benihana, which I think is kind of everywhere around the world. So similar style to that. We actually were supposed to have another couple join us, but they ended up, I think, getting seasick when we did the dolphin cruise, so they didn't join us for dinner. So it was a private experience, which was really, really nice. I think I had inserted some videos at some point here before today of what we had there. My camera did die, so Andrew tried to pick up some shots on his phone, so we'll see what we had. But that was really unexpected experience in that restaurant. So tonight is Zen, so it's like Japanese sushi. So this is the one that we're most excited for, so it should be good. So we're gonna head out in a few minutes, and then tomorrow Andrew is scuba diving in the morning, and I'm pretty sure I'm just relaxing. I don't think I have anything going on while he's doing that, so I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. I know I still owe you a kind of like tour of the villa, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow too after breakfast once they've kind of cleaned up the space and there's daylight, and then I can go ahead and show you guys around.
About 100 chickens, and they lay about 300 to 400 eggs every month. They get 3 meals a day. In the morning they have leftover bread from breakfast. For afternoon they have a strict vegan diet, only leaves. And for the evening they have the
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry about the lighting. The sun is going down and we don't have great light in this villa, so I'm just working with what I've got, but I haven't really picked up the camera too much today. I've been really honestly doing a terrible job this whole trip of picking up the camera. We've just had a really lovely time. I just haven't been thinking about picking up the camera and showing you guys things. I know I have filmed quite a lot of things at the same time, but not really like day-to-day stuff. So this morning we did paddle yoga, which was really fun out in the pool area. We both haven't done that before, so it was very difficult actually. We both fell in the pool many times. I didn't get any videos, but I did get a few photos sent to us from the instructor, so I'll put those here. After that, we went to breakfast and then we went back to the pool just to kind of hang out for the majority of the day. We read our books and just kind of relaxed, and then we went and got ice cream later in the evening, or sorry, later in the afternoon. Andrew had a whiskey tasting, so while he did that, they had a happy hour in the bar area where that whiskey tasting was happening. So I enjoyed happy hour reading my book while he did the whiskey tasting, which I know he enjoyed. And now we've just been laying around in our villa. We're about to head to dinner. Oh my gosh, I forgot, we also did, after breakfast, we did the sustainability tour. So if you come here and stay at the Six Sense LAAMU, I highly recommend doing the sustainability tour. It wasn't at all what we thought it was gonna be. We toured the kitchen garden, how they grow everything, but then we also got to see behind the scenes of where the staff stay, where they do the laundry, where they bottle their own water, just kind of where everything happens. And it was really cool to go behind the scenes and kind of see everything. And we actually had a private tour because the people who were supposed to come with us happened to go yesterday. So it was just me and Andrew on the tour, so that was really nice. So we did that also today and then just kind of lazed around. We're just about to head out to dinner now to the Leaf restaurant, which is right above where the kitchen garden is. So I will bring you guys along with me. I feel a little bit awkward filming in camera. I feel awkward filming in front of people, so that's also why I haven't really brought my camera with me, but I will insert obviously everything that I have. But tomorrow is our last day here, so we are super sad. It would be so nice just to have a few more days, but we're also excited to go home and see Cooper and the cats and kind of just get settled back into normal day-to-day routine. I am just wearing my short H&M dress with the pearl details, and I've also just thrown on these big shell-like earrings from Anthropologie. One thing I realized is I kind of planned out all of these outfits and I have not worn all of them at all. When you're here and you're just relaxed and you're just hanging out, it takes a lot of effort to want to get dressed for dinner. So some days I literally just went in like my linen shorts and a linen button-up shirt, or just like really casual. So I definitely haven't worn everything that I brought with me, but that's okay. You live and you learn. But we are gonna head to dinner, so either I'll catch up with you guys there or afterwards, or I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I promise I will give a room tour. I didn't mean to do that today and I did not do that, so.
So elegant.
afternoon, everyone. It is our last day in the Maldives. I've just come back from the pool to the villa to grab another book. I just finished my book. I've left Andrew there reading his book, and I said I'm gonna come back, grab my other book, and then I'm also gonna show you around since the cleaners came, so the room looks a little bit cleaner than what it usually looks like. It is so bright coming out over here. This morning it rained, so we weren't quite sure what we were gonna be able to do today, but it quickly cleared up. I did an aerial yoga class this morning that you probably would have seen. I set up my camera and I realized I set it up on regular video and not time lapse. So I kind of fast forwarded it as much as I could, but I really should have put it on time lapse, but never mind. But that was really nice. It ended up being a private class just for me. No one else showed up. They thought that maybe Andrew was joining me, but he was not up for aerial yoga. So it was just me, which was really, really nice because I've done aerial yoga before, so we didn't really have to run through the basics. I kind of jump in and do a little bit more advanced, which was nice. So we did that, had breakfast, but I've just come back to show you the villa. I feel like we had pizza for lunch. I feel like I have it all over my face. So let me start over here from the door. So this is the door, nothing fancy. And then you come in, I'll show you this in a second. This is the area that's still a little bit messy. We've started to kind of pack a little bit, so our stuff is kind of everywhere, but this is the bathroom area. So you have the vanities, you have these really cute sinks, which are really, really cute. They're like little suitcases, which I think is kind of fun. They have a little mirror, some pocket where you can put some things, and then all the shelving here with everything you need. We've just kind of stuffed our suitcases under there just to get them out of the way. And then there's 2 lounge chairs. And then this is really cool because this is the little toilet room, and then you also have a view down here when you're using the restroom, but you also, if you leave the doors open, have a really, it's not going to show up here, it's going to look quite white, but you can see the ocean and everything out there as well. So really nice and spacious. We have 2 closets, and they actually have mirrors, which is really nice. So I've just started clearing mine out, so there's not much left in there. This is kind of where I've just been leaving all of my stuff. We have a little mini bar in here. This is where we make coffee every morning. And they have a few things here that's obviously available to purchase. Chips, chocolate, all that good stuff. But we've just been making coffee in the morning only because when we first got here, let me turn you around. When we first got here, I was starving. I'm looking really pale in this camera. I'm hoping that it is just the light, and maybe, let me see if I can get it to adjust. There we go. When we first arrived, I was really, really hungry, and dinner wasn't for a few hours, and we have lunch and dinner, we have breakfast and dinner included, and lunch you just purchase on your own if you want it. Typically throughout the time we've been here, we haven't really wanted lunch. They do ice cream for free. You can get snacks if you get a drink, so we've kind of skipped lunch, maybe got it 1 or 2 times, but I was really hungry, so I picked up these bag of chips, and I was like, oh, I'll just quickly eat these, and then we got the bill for it, and this tiny, tiny little bag of chips was $12. And when I say tiny, I mean this is how the chips fill up this bag, $12. So that was the first and last thing that we got from the mini bar. We've just been enjoying coffee in the morning when we watch the sunrise, or just sit outside before we do anything. This is our bed. So we have a huge bed here. Like I said, it overlooks the water. It has the netting that comes around for mosquitoes. We actually haven't had a bug problem, so we did sleep with it down the first 2 nights, I think. And ever since then, we've rolled it up, and we haven't really been using it because we haven't really had a bug problem. But it is super, super spacious. There's a desk. We have a TV in here that we haven't really used. I think the first time we turned it on was yesterday, just because we were here for a few hours before we had dinner. A nice lounge chair with chess or checkers, and then this is the outside area. It is amazing. So I feel like I should preface by saying that when we booked this vacation, we booked the lagoon villa. So there's a bunch of different villas. They're all obviously on the ocean, but depending on the price point you want to go with would depend where your villa is. So you have like all the way at the end of the jetty, ocean view villas, and then as you go down you have sunset or sunrise. Sunset seems to be a little bit more expensive, I believe. And then you have lagoon villa, which is a little bit closer to the beach, but you're still in the water. You're still able to go in the water from your villa, but you're obviously a little bit closer to the shore. So that's the one that we decided to go with. But they did give us an upgrade by being IHG IHG Diamond Elite member, I think. So we got an automatic upgrade to a sunrise villa, which is a little bit further along on the jetty. So we have a little bit more of a water view. There isn't so much, it's not really shallow. You're going right into the reef when you jump off of your villa. So this is what it looks like. So we have huge slidey doors. And then we have our sunbeds here that we've been taking full advantage of. There's a little table and chairs down here, which is quite nice to sit at when you're reading. And then we also have chair and lounger here for if you want to sit in the shade. The nice part is in the evening, it's quite shaded over here because obviously we get the sunrise. So it's really nice to come out here in the evening before we go to dinner and just kind of chill out and not be in the direct sunlight. And then we also have these little net lounger areas. I guess you'd call them hammocks. 2 hammocks here, and then the big window that overlooks the ocean from the bathroom. So I'll show you that next. And you're really you get a lot of privacy. Obviously there's villas here, so these are actually not being used, they're being renovated. I guess they had a really bad storm about 2 weeks ago and they just need to renovate some of the wood paneling that got ruined in the storm. And then obviously you have some over here as well, but they're so far away that honestly, you feel like you're kind of by yourself. And I actually haven't seen anyone. Hopefully this adjusts. I actually haven't seen anyone in the villas across from us on the other jetty, so I don't know if they're being used, but we haven't seen anyone come out of those, so it doesn't look like anyone's using them. But then this is the bathrooms, and this is like one of my favorite parts of the villa. Let me open up both of the doors. So of course you have this amazing clear see-through tub. So it actually goes all the way down and you can see like little fishies swimming around. We've had a shark or 2 swimming around our villa, which is quite cool. So you can see that while you're taking a bath. And then just to have the amazing view. So I think I've used this once already while we're here. I definitely think I'm going to use it maybe tonight before we head out tomorrow just to get good use of it. And you can actually swing the TV around as well. So you can actually watch, I don't know how you open this. I'll have to figure out how you open it, but you can actually open this and you can have the TV out here as well. And then you have the outdoor shower. This is probably one of our favorite things, favorite things about the villa is having the outdoor bathing situation. So you have really nice 2-head shower, and then you also have steps here if you want to use them for snorkeling. I just can't get over how clear and blue the ocean is. It's like one of those things that you see online and you don't think are real, and then you come here and you're like, oh, this is amazing. And then if you go up here, this is just like a little loungy area. It'd be nice for like a sunset if we were on the right side for it, but this is a really beautiful view of the ocean. Maybe we should come out here tomorrow. It's just a little lounge area. That might pull out and come out a little longer, but really, really amazing view. Gosh, my face is looking so pale compared to the rest of my body. You can tell I've been wearing a hat literally the entire time on this trip because I've not let my face get any tan, so it's looking quite pale. We are super sad to leave. We've been here for a week now. We leave tomorrow. It's really rare that when we travel somewhere that we want to come back to like that specific place. Obviously there's like countries and stuff we want to come back to, but when it comes to hotels and things like that, a lot of times we want to try to explore different hotels and try different things. But we have really, really enjoyed staying at this resort. They just go above and beyond and make it such an amazing experience. We really, really want to come back. There's just so much to do. We felt really, really relaxed kind of doing nothing, but at the same time there's so many things we can do. Andrew scuba dived a couple times. We've done some snorkeling. We might snorkel again today before we turn the gear in before we leave. And I've done yoga. Like I said, I did aerial yoga this morning. Yesterday we did paddle yoga together in the pool, and then the day before that I just did regular yoga up at the gym. There's just so many things to do, and the food is just like outstanding. We had very low expectations for food. Sometimes when you come to like resorts and stuff, the food just isn't that great because they're kind of making it in bulk for everyone, but the food has just been like spectacular. It was like blown us away with how good the food is. Like there is no one at this resort at the moment. They are in low season, so I think 15 people left today, I think Andrew said, and the day before that a few more people, and the day before that a few more people. So it really truly feels like we're the only ones on this island, but the resort keeps all of the restaurants open, so you have a wide variety of things you want to try. You know, sometimes when you go to a hotel and they have low occupancy, they close a lot of the restaurants and just have one restaurant that's open that everyone eats at. But this place keeps all of the restaurants open, so we never had to reschedule where we were gonna eat or eat the same thing again. We were really able to like jump around to all the different restaurants. So we've done buffet a few times, Mediterranean, Indian. Yesterday we dined at the Leaf restaurant, which honestly I think was probably our favorite restaurant. It's right above their kitchen garden that we toured for the sustainability tour, and basically everything on your plate has been made here on the island or grown here on the island, and it was just outstanding. And when we got there to the restaurant, we were the only ones dining there for the next hour and a half. So we had a really pretty table overlooking the sunset, and we had the entire restaurant to ourselves, and it just makes it a little bit more special and unique. That happened a few times on this trip. Like I had my aero yoga class by myself, we've dined a few times by ourselves. Just really made the experience really cool. So I highly recommend coming to Six Sense in the Maldives. We definitely want to check out a few more Six Sense. We really enjoy the concept and what is behind their hotel and their mission and their brand, and the staff just seemed to love working here, and it was really cool yesterday to go behind the scenes on the tour and kind of see where they live. And a lot of them are going to school or they're doing internships here, and it's really just cool to see everything behind the scenes and how everything works. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling on. I'm gonna pick up my second book. So I definitely didn't read as much as I thought I was gonna read. I started reading the Crescent City series and kind of just fell off. Spoiler alert, everyone dies like 50 pages in, and then you're kind of just like scrambled, and then it starts trying to tell the story, and I just got really thrown off, so I kind of put that book down. I will turn back to it at some point, but I decided to start reading the Icebreaker book, which was really good. So I just finished that. You can tell I've been reading it at the pool. Just look at how beat up it is now from water and sunscreen, but I've just finished that. So I'm gonna find, we started packing, so I actually don't know where I put my book. Let me see. So I'm gonna start reading This Summer Will Be Different. It's about 300 pages. So I feel like I can get maybe like halfway through for the rest of the day today and finish the rest off on our flights home. We are not looking forward to our flights home. I guess when you're booking it, you're not really thinking about it, and now we're here and we're about to head home. We're like, oh god, this is gonna be awful. But we have to take a seaplane from here to Mali, which is the main island of the Maldives. It's about an hour. We're actually not sure what time we're leaving tomorrow yet. They haven't told us. But then after that hour seaplane journey, we have a 5-hour flight back to Singapore. And then we have a 2-hour layover, and then we have a 19-hour flight to New York. And then we have a 2.5-hour flight to Orlando. So it is literally like, how many flights is that? A lot of flights and a lot of hours traveling, so it's just not gonna be fun. I definitely think it would be better next time if we flew the other direction, like whether that's to like Dubai, London, Orlando, or Dubai to New York to Orlando, like just something where it kind of breaks it up just a little bit more, because a 19-hour flight is just exhausting. It really wasn't that bad when we were heading this way, but I'm telling myself that's because of the adrenaline and how excited we were for the trip. I have a feeling we are just gonna be antsy and want to get off the plane and get home this time around, but we'll see how it goes. But we need to download things on the iPad to watch. The movie selection isn't that bad on Singapore, and the food is really good, so can't complain. But still, it's always never fun, right, to fly home after a vacation. At that point, you just want to be home and settled. But we're super excited to see Cooper. We brought our little Cooper here with us. I got a little Cooper jelly cat. I actually got this from my parents for one of their Christmas gifts, and I bought it myself because I thought it was really cute, but it looks like Cooper, so we bought that with us. But we'll be picking up Cooper when we get home, so we have a few things to look forward to. But yeah, we are sad to leave, but at the same time I feel like we're ready to go too. Like a week is more than enough time to enjoy here, but it's always, when you leave somewhere like this, you can always do it like a day or two more. But I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna go back and meet Andrew at the pool, and then I will catch up with you guys a little bit later. We have dinner kind of on our own time tonight, so we'll see what time we head to dinner. And then yeah, we'll be wrapping up and heading home. So I'll catch up with you guys. These villas coming up are the ones that we were gonna stay in. So this is what I mean by lagoon villa, is it's just closer to the beach. So it's a little bit more shallower. You're not really in the reef area, but it's still a super, super nice villa. We still would have been really happy with this, but it's just cool to see the different options. Over here is where like the reception is, the restaurants, where you scuba dive, where you snorkel. Coming up on the right is like the kitchen garden, and this little hut here is where they grow the mushrooms, which is really cool. And then this big building here is what I was talking about, the Leaf restaurant overlooking the kitchen garden. Spa is right here. We're gonna head to the pool. Alright, I've just made it to the pool area, and it is literally just me and Andrew. It's been me and Andrew literally pretty much all day. A couple people came for lunch and then they've left, and it's just been us hanging out by the pool. So let me show you around. These are like little sun loungers in the shade where you can hang out. Little dippy pool for like kids to hang out in, like toddlers and babies. And then it's just really beautiful pool area overlooking the ocean over here. There's actually hammocks in the ocean that you can hang out in, and they have sun loungers on the beach as well. And then this is a little hut here where you can get drinks, food. Just a really, really nice area. Andrew's over here somewhere reading his book in the water, and then we're just set up over here on the lap. Hi guys, it is editing Harriet. It's a few days later now. We got back on Tuesday. It's Friday at 10 o'clock at night. I've literally just finished editing this video and realized that I never kind of closed it off. But we are seriously struggling with jet lag. This is actually the latest I've stayed up since we've been back. We usually have been going to bed at like 6 p.m., waking up at 1 a.m. on the first night. And the last 2 nights I've been waking up at like 4-ish a.m. in the morning. So hopefully this weekend we can kind of get back to normal, but I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun actually editing this. I think we got some really great footage. It was really fun to put together, but it is almost an hour long, so hopefully it's not too long. Hopefully you enjoy it. I felt like it didn't really make sense to put it in like a part 1, part 2. I think it just flowed really nicely into one big video. But thank you as always for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, hit subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one that I'll probably start maybe this weekend. See you later.